Yeah. Good evening, all. Just sorry for the delay. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yes. Yeah. So in the last session, just we had a session, right? So I was discussing what is Google GCP, Google Cloud Platform, data engineer, what's a CTL developer, what is a GCP data engineer, what a GCP data engineer do, and GCP data engineer roles and responsibilities, various GCP data engineering products and services. GCP, Google Cloud Platform, right? Platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, right? And serverless computing environments. We see like GCP data engineer is going to design, build, and maintain data pipelines using this Google Cloud. So if we talk about data engineer and ETL developer, data engineer, he's going to maintain the entire organization's entire data infrastructure. All right. He is going to create like complex data pipelines. He is to work with big data technologies, whereas that ETL developer is mainly focusing on a particular specific, right? Extracting, transforming, and loading process, move and preparing the data. So data engineer has got a broader version as compared with ETL developer, right? As I said, he's going to utilize the big data technologies and also with combination of cloud services. Can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear and audible? Just a second.
Yeah. Yes, it's clear.
Yes, it's clear and audible.
Yes. Fine. Now it's clear, I hope, right, everyone? Yes. Once again, can you please confirm anyone? I hope it is fine for everyone now. So yes. So I said like data engineer has got a more broad version as compared to the CTL developer, right? So I said is going to design, build, and maintain overall data infrastructure, data pipelines, and databases. He's going to work with big data technologies, cloud services, and also work with ML, machine learning, and implementing both batch and big data solutions. So you should have some programming skills like Python and also like data modeling, database designing, and big data technologies and cloud. ETL developer only like a specific focuses on a specific ETL process, extracting data from sources. Okay. So if I talk like GCP data engineer ensures the data quality, optimizing mainly for data management, data storage, and data processing, collaborating with data scientists and analysts, and monitoring data infrastructure, implementing ETL, right? Key services like Google Storage for storing the data, BigQuery for storage, querying and analysis of large data sets, Dataproc for big data processing, Databricks for PySpark processing, Dataflow for streaming batch processing, Cloud Composer for automating and monitoring data pipelines, PubRSUB for messaging and for data ingestion. Generally, this GCP products, right? Yes, they're categorized into four categories. They're categorized into four. One second. Yes. Compute engine, app engine, container engine, cloud run, cloud functions. And for storage, we have got different types of storage like object, relational, non-relational, like NoSQL and warehouse. So what are the various things available? Just I was briefed you in the previous session, right? For object like cloud storage, for relational cloud SQL and cloud spanner, for non-relational or for NoSQL, cloud Firestore and cloud Bigtable like warehouse, BigQuery, right? Yes. Big data like Databricks and Databricks, Dataflow, BigQuery, PubBar, SAP. And even for machine learning, right? Vision API, speech API, translate API, and for machine learning, right? Yes. So here just okay. We see, okay, just some queries, right? Even some were asking why GCP? Well, we have got many other cloud services. Just I'll brief you about the differences, why we need to go for GCP, why we need to go for GCP. Already we have got like Azure and AWS. We have got many various cloud service providers, various cloud service providers, AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle Cloud, VMware. Okay. So in this, most companies are preferring GCP, Azure, AWS. The mostly used ones are this GCP, Azure, AWS. Okay. GCP growth is increasing rapidly, right? You see, like companies, they are migrating towards GCP, right? Companies are migrating towards GCP, right? So I said Google uses some infrastructure. Google uses some infrastructure. I said in the previous session, Google uses some infrastructure. Google uses some infrastructure for the users for storing YouTube videos, Gmail messages, Google search engine data, etc. So in the same way, GCP, same infrastructure, and for computation. Here we store data, we retrieve data, we perform analysis, here we see high availability, here we see data analytics, here we see high availability of data. Anyone, what do you mean by high availability? High availability of data.
The server is not available while processing.
Yes, exactly. So here data stored in different places. Means that yeah, someone said, right? If server is down, if one server is down, we get data from other servers. This is called high availability. And here, what are the other things we see? Here, data will be safe. Data will be safe and secure. Data will be safe and secure, just like Gmail. Easy to scale. Easy to scale means for example, easy to scale means we can increase or decrease as per our requirement. And also like GCP offers wide scope of applications to run web applications, data analytics, machine learning. GCP offers wide scope of applications to run web applications, data analytics, right? ML, machine learning. Okay. GCP is flexible and it can fit any level of organization. This flexibility can fit in any level of organization. It is big or small, big or small. Provides end-to-end supports, whether that is big or small, or large data or small data. Okay. You okay, Azure data engineer, AWS data engineer, GCP data engineer. Why to choose GCP? Why to choose GCP? Anyone? I'll say some 14, 13 to 14. Can anyone say why GCP as compared with Azure, AWS, GCP?
It's about the large volume of data, the petabytes.
Mm, mhm.
Cost effective.
Yes, cost effective, we can say. So I can say GCP. Fast biggest network in the world. Fast biggest network in the world. Google has data centers. Google has data centers throughout the world. Google has a data center throughout the world. It has got go throughout the world. Virtual machines. They use high-end virtual machines. And also, in the last class also someone asked, right? Yes. It has got petabyte bandwidth. It has got petabyte bandwidth. High performance. Separation of computer and storage. Separation of compute and storage means each individual VM will have its separate RAM and data storage. Separation of compute. You can have any number of clusters. We can have any number of each cluster will have n number of nodes. That is in n number of nodes, we can store data. N number of nodes we can store data. So just now I talked about high availability. If data stored in single node, if data is stored in a single node, if it get crashed, then the data is lost. So here we see high availability. So in GCP, if one copy is stored in one machine, all the other copies in different machines. So that from different data centers, we can retrieve data. Here, we can retrieve data. So here in GCP, okay. So in GCP, if one copy is stored in one machine, So other copies stored across multiple machines. So even if one machine is down, here we have other machines, we will be getting data from other things. So from different data centers, we can retrieve data. So what is the difference? Like fast biggest network in the world, petabytes bandwidth, separation of compute and storage. Okay. Next, like pricing. Just now someone said
So one
price.
doubt here.
Yes.
Do we have any factors to set these data copies, or it is by default?
Default.
Okay.
GCP as flexible. See pricing also. Just now someone said GCP has flexible pricing. Compared with AWS and Azure. Means it is going to give some discounted price. It gives some discounted price for long running workloads. Discounted price for long running workloads. That is for 10 years, 15 years. But okay, I'm saying it's GCP's flexible pricing as compared with AWS and Azure. But in few cases, this GCP prices are high. In some cases, right, GCP prices are high. But overall, GCP prices are flexible. And also like customization as compared with that customization. Means you will be creating many instances. So wide range. Wide range of customization for any instance. Means generally okay. We create many instances. In cloud, we create many instances. For a particular instance, we can customize depending upon the requirement. For example, for instance, for a particular instance, just preferring only having 1 petabyte of data, 1 petabyte of storage, or different software you want to install, different instances for different software you want. This kind of customizations for the instances you can have. And also, as I said just before, scalability. Yes, easy to scale. Scalability, nothing but capacity increasing or decreasing. In a simple way, capacity increasing or decreasing. If you are taken for 1 year, it got filled, you need to increase, you can scale. Yeah, that Azure or AWS, they are not that much flexible for this scalable. And also one more important, live migration. Live migration. Supports live migration means virtual machines. Supports live migration of virtual machines. Means, for example, whatever existing systems, whatever existing system. Example, you store data in Hadoop, for example. You store the data in Hadoop. You can lively migrate to GCP. And that too without impacting the existing data. But Azure and GCP, sorry, Azure and AWS cannot perform this. For example, big data. Next is like big data. Big data or ML. We get inbuilt and predefined. We get inbuilt and predefined ML and AI, ML and AI APIs in GCP. And also free trials. Some services free for 3 months. Some services free for 1 year. Some services free for lifetime. Customers systems migration. Existing data migration. Existing data migration to GCP. For example, Twitter, Vodafone, HSBC, New York Times, Spotify, etc. Customer systems migration. Okay. So just you can see this differences. So here as compared with that. So biggest fast biggest network in the world, petabyte bandwidth, separation of compute and storage, pricing, flexible pricing, customization for instance to instance, right? You can have customized way, either for storage, scalability, capacity increasing or decreasing, live migrations. We can have inbuilt and predefined ML and AI APIs in GCP, free trials, some for 3 months, some for 1 year, some for lifetime, customer systems migration. And here high availability we see, safe and secure like Gmail, easy to scale. GCP offers means applications to run for web applications, data analytics, machine learning, flexible, and it can fit on any level of organizations for large data or small data. Okay. Okay. Second. So I was talking about GCS in the last class. Data, objects, container. Data is stored in the form of objects we call like containers called buckets. Objects, immutable data. Buckets are containers used to store your objects in cloud storage. I said big data brought some kind of revolutions in distributed computation. So there is later I discuss about this big data, right? Yes. So environment, if I talk about this environment, right? So you can set up some kind of environment. So before that, I said you will be getting people who doesn't have the prerequisites, like you need to have some basic Python, basic SQL, some basic Linux. So I said you'll be getting some basic like Python videos, like 30 videos, SQL some 35 videos, Linux some 100 videos you'll be getting. So you can just go through those videos, right? But before that, for executing these things, so by next week you'll be getting some time gap, so you can just work with some Python codes. For that, I just can just show you some kind of environment setup where you can execute it with installation, without installation, right? People who doesn't have basic Python knowledge, you can just will be having 1 month, 1 week gap, right? So Python with setup, without setup. Okay. Just I'll take hardly, you can also install Python in your local machine, and you can add some kind of IDE to it, Python installation, and it has got some user interface like IDE. So Python plus you can use some IDE for executing this Python codes. Okay. One second. People who doesn't have idea about this Python, basic Python, right? So you can just work on this. You'll be getting the videos. You can just go through. Once again, I'll brief you about all the syntaxes of Python just in 1 or 2 sessions. So Python looks very simple to understand. Looks like normal English statements. So 1 second. Okay. So that is, I'm uninstalling it. So just you can go to this python.org website. Just open Chrome browser, right? Python.org from website, python.org website. From that, downloads all releases, downloads all releases. Can click it and just scroll down to the bottom. Looking for a specific release, the latest release, August 14, 2025. Just like 1 month back, it was released. Python 3.13, the version you can see, the latest version, Python 3.13.7. You can scroll down. Here you can see files. Here you can see files. So your Windows, whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit Windows, mostly now everyone working with 64-bit. So Windows 64-bit. If you've got Mac, you can go with Mac 64-bit Universal. Windows, you can go with Windows installer 64-bit. You can click on this. Your download will start. Hardly 27 MB of size. Will take just 27 MB of size, right? Yeah, download completed, right? So can you see 27.5 MB of size? Can just click on that. Click on that. An installation in progress. Still an installation is in progress. Python is an interpretation language, line by line, statement by statement execution. Like it won't execute the entire code at once, statement by statement, statement by statement. Yes, uninstallation is completed. Just you can see this Python. Go to that downloads folder, the exe file, but just don't do all that environment setups here. Just if you say add Python to path by directly your Python, that whatever the path will be added to path variable of OS. No need to do all the environment variable setups, everything. Just to go for customize installation. Just whatever everything are pre-selected, just say next. Here also everything are pre-selected, but tomorrow if you want to locate where your Python available in your system, so this is that big path, C users, del, app data, local program, somewhere it is getting installed. So what I'm doing, just I'm removing this big path. You can install it anywhere in your C drive or D drive. Just I'm installing just C/Python 313. Python 313 is nothing but a 3.13 version, right? Like you can say just install, just say install, right? So it hardly takes some 15 seconds to 20 seconds to install Python, right? It's not a big software. So it's user-friendly, programmer-friendly, with simple syntaxes, looks like normal English statements, platform independent, machine independent. It's a general purpose for any kind of applications, provide thousands of modules, 89,300 modules it is providing for every environment, right? For data science, for big data environment, for networking, for testing, for graphics, for embedding, for embedded applications, for desktop applications, right? Yes. Supports all major databases. You can also connect with the databases. It has got separate modules and also working with different file formats. It has got many modules for the files. For each file, it provides a module. For each database, it provides a module. So that's the why Python is mostly preferred, mostly used as for implementing this. Even here in our course, like Spark, Spark with Python implementation, we say like PySpark means PySpark is nothing but a Python API to use Spark. Yes. Python API to use Spark, right? And I said previously in the last session, it's lightning fast technology. PySpark is the lightning fast technology developed for fast computations. So setup was successful, you can close it. So we have said Python will be recognized from anywhere from your system. At the bottom, okay. Okay, just say CMD. Just say CMD. 1 second. CMD command prompt. CMD command prompt. Open the command prompt by typing CMD. Just type Python. Python will be recognized with displays the version that what we have installed. Can you see this 3 arrow symbol? And one more important feature of Python where you can easily interact with it statement by statement, just like how you message to your friend, getting response. The same way, if you type any Python statement, it gives response. I'm asking Python, what is 3 plus 5? It gives response, 23 into 45. Yes. Here, one more thing, no need to define that data types. Directly we say x as 10, y as 5. What is x? What is y? What is x plus y? X minus y. In this way, we can interact x into 2, x squared, 10 squared. This is the power symbol in Python. X equal to hello. In this way, you can keep interacting x into 3, x into 5, prints hello for 5 times. If you want to come out of this, say quit. So in this way, statement wise, you can interact, especially for the people, for the beginners and for the learners, right? This will be very simple and easy to understand. The same way, you can also create a .py and you can execute this. Okay. And here, even if you want to work, so this is okay. But generally in real time, we go with some IDEs, like VS Code, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, PyCharm. In this way, we will be using that. So again, so if you want some kind of IDs you want to work with, so you can just go for VS Code, code dot Visual Studio. Just type code.visualstudio.com. code.visualstudio.com. If you want to work with some ID, so environment setup, everyone you can do it and you can work on it. You can work on the basics. So you'll be getting some gaps. So it's a weekend batch. So you should keep trying with this. Okay. Code.visualstudio.com. Download for Windows, you can say just download for Windows. See, you can download for Windows and just nothing. Installation will be very simple. Say next, next, next. Your installation will be done. So just you can go to that code.visualstudio.com and in that download for Windows. Download for Windows. Okay. Download it. After downloading, try to install it. Say next name. There won't be anything. Just hardly it takes 1 minute or 2 minutes for installing it. Install it and once you install it, you can see it on your desktop. A shortcut on your desktop. You can just choose shortcut on your desktop. You can see like this. Okay, can you see like 1 second? Visual Studio Code here. Before that, right, Visual Studio Code, just you do one thing, where you want to save your codes, where you want to save your codes. Open. I'm just opening C drive. Within the C drive, just I want to save the codes here. So just I'm creating a new folder. GCP samples. GCP samples I'm saying, just here you can create any folder like this where I'm saying GCP samples, or you can create any other, in any drive you can create GCP samples I'm creating. Okay, once you install it, right, this Visual Studio Code, you can open it and immediately you can select the folder. So here, file, open folder, file, open folder, you can say. In the open folder, go to this GCP. GCP samples, select that folder. GCP samples, just select that folder. Yes, I trust the author said. See, and if you want, you need to add some kind of extensions. You need to add some kind of extensions here. Later, I'll discuss how we can we create some kind of workspaces here, like GCP. Okay, some kind of workspaces how we can add later. I'll discuss. But if you want some kind of extensions in the here, so this is something like extensions here. You can click on this extension, and by default, you'll be getting some extensions here, recommended installs. So just type Python here. Just type Python here. You can see Python here. You can see Python here, right? Yes. Click Python. Click on this Python. Can you see? Already I have got installed. So for me, it is not showing me the install option. For you, first time if you are doing, it will show you the install option here. You can just say install. You can just say install here. For me, if you uninstall option is in here, but first time if you are installing, it will show you the install option, right? Closing this. And you can click on this Explorer. Now see this GCP examples. If you want to create a new file, click a new file. And you can say like, if you want to create a sample file, sample.py extension, say enter. You can see the sample.py. Okay. Sample.py, you can say yes. Now, if you want to write any code, any Python code, right? Yes. X is 10, Y is 20. No need to define any data types here in Python. Directly, we can say like print X, Z equal to X plus Y. Simple to add two numbers. Print X, print Y, print Z. Print is the output statement where you can print anything on the output screen. Print. Welcome to GCP. Welcome to GCP, right? So autosave option, if you want to autosave the file, here autosave option will be available. Everything will be autosave. No need every time you need to, no need to save Control S, Control S. Here file menu, autosave option is there where you can save it. Now for executing. One second. Okay. Okay. So here you will be seeing terminal. Just open a new terminal. Where is the terminal? Yes. This. Minimize this. Minimize this. See, by default, terminal opened. Understand here. By default, say terminal, new terminal, you can say. By default, terminal open with GCP samples, right? GCP samples is where your root directory, where you all your samples, GCP related things, sample codes will be stored. So here directly, you can say Python. What is the name of your py file? Sample.py. Python sample.py. So you can see 10, x value 10. Can you see here? X value is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30. Welcome to GCP. You can say Python, you can say, or py also you can say. Py, if we say py sample.py, anything. Python sample.py for submitting your Python file.py file to Python, and you can just execute it. And sample.py directly, py also you can provide, where you can submit that to this, executing this, right? Yes. So here, even some of the students, right, who doesn't have, you can work with this. You can work with this, or even you can work with Jupyter Notebook. But without installation, I doesn't want to install Python. I got my company system. I doesn't want to install all this in my system. Like this IDEs or Python, all these are not allowed to be installed directly through online. Directly you can work. Even Google is providing. Google is providing, right, a cloud environment like Collab. If you want to, if you just want here, okay, I'll be creating some kind of workspaces here. Later I'll show you. I will be creating some kind of workspaces as related to with GCP. Okay, here, but for even people who wants to just execute this Python related code without installing any of this, if you want to just test, if you are beginner, if you learner, right, even you can just say go to the Chrome browser and just go to Google. Open Google and just open Google Colab. You can also just open Colab and open this Colab. By default, you need to log in with your mail ID, Gmail. To log in with your Gmail. Once you log in with your Gmail, right, you will get this screen. Once you log in with your Gmail account, it will ask to log in with Gmail. Once you log in with your Gmail, it will ask you to just, if you want, here can you see, I want to create a notebook. I want to create a notebook. Just create a notebook where you want to execute the code. Without installing Python, without installing any IDE in your local system, directly you can work with executing the codes. Here you can see if you want to save, you can give any name. Here untitled is there, give any other name and you can save with that name. By default, it is going to be saved in your Google Drive. By default, where it will be saved? In your Google Drive. IPython notebook. IPython notebook. By default, it will be having this extension. I run Python. So just any valid statements, you can type x plus y. See, by default here connect, still it's not connected. So connect, it is saying you to connect. It is saying you to connect. So once if you execute this 3 plus 5, what is 3 plus 5? I'm asking here. If you want to execute, just click on this, execute it. Now it is connecting. Now it is connecting on the cloud environment that is provided by Google, say Google Colab. Connecting. Still it is saying connecting. First time, only for the first time, first statement, first you will say connected. You can see the RAM and disk. It got some resources are allocated for it. Some resources, you can see what is that resources, like 12 GB RAM and disk like 107 GB disk storage and Python 3 version, right? Compute engine at the back end. See, now you got a tick mark. It got connected. Tick mark you got. Now, if you see here, code is there, text is there. Code means if you want one more cell where you can write your code, one more. Text is if you want to keep some heading. For example, text means, for example, some heading, sample examples, I'm saying, or sample examples, and right, and just click on the before. Can you see some kind of heading type, sample examples? For example, any valid statements you can type x as 10, y as 5, print x plus y, print x plus y, that's it. Execute it. You can just say 15. It says what? 15. You can just execute these codes here. And here, if you want any files to be uploaded, you can just see here files uploaded. Anything if you want to do it, here you can do it. 10 plus 5. In this way, you can just write your codes here in this collab, and you can just keep executing these Python statements, Python codes, right? Without installing anything, right? You can just work with it. By auto save, all everything will be auto saved, and this will be saved. If you want some more new notebook to be opened, file, okay, new notebook. Already existing notebook. If you want to say open notebook, okay, already notebook is there. If you want to upload the notebook. So in this way, you can just work with this. Yeah, codes. And you will be getting some kind of Jupyter notebook features on this collab. Jupyter, similar to Jupyter notebook features, right? Okay. So anyhow, I'll be just before I go with the practical part, just a glance on the Python syntaxes I'll be providing. But anyhow, as said, right, you'll be getting some videos, as said by DURGASOFT, right? Some videos, and even 1 second. For example, even 1 second, just a second. Percentile PWD. What is this? If you want to work with some Linux commands also, if you want to work with some kind of Linux commands, PWD content, where currently, right? You are in percentile content. So if you see this sample data, okay, sample data, present working directory, where you are currently. And if you want to say ls command, execute this ls command, sample data, list out what all that directories. Just now I showed you that sample data, percentile ls. Kind of, if you want to work with some kind of Linux also related commands, you can just work here, percentile ls. And if you want to see, list out what is percentile ls working with sample data. Okay, fine. You can see these are all the things present. CSV files. These are the CSV files. So if you want to work with Linux related, Python related things, you can just work on this collab without any installations. Okay. So you'll be getting the access once you got enrolled. Once you enroll to this course, right? You'll be getting this video access. So just some of you who got already enrolled, right? So 720-721-2427 for videos. Just to go through the basic Linux, basic Python, and basic SQL before we start with the actual practical things. So you can see in the Zoom chat, I given one number. If those who got enrolled, if you not got the videos, you can call on that number for the videos access. And as I said, we'll be discussing in brief, in depth, point to point, we'll be discussing about that discussions of this. So if you can see this course content, GCP, cloud storage, cloud SQL, BigQuery, dead. So this BigQuery for building data warehouse, Dataproc, Databricks, Dataflow, Google Cloud Composer, Data Fusion, dbt, Airflow, and Terraform. And introduction to this Google Cloud Platform, GCP data, engineering fundamentals, getting started with GCP, storage and databases in GCP, GCS, Google Cloud Storage, setting up data like using GCS, Cloud SQL, setting up database using Cloud SQL, data ingestions, integrations, pub, sub, data flow, data processing, data warehousing and analytics, BigQuery for building a data warehouse, Dataproc for big data processing, ELT pipelines, ELT data pipelines using Dataproc, and Databricks for PySpark processing in GCP, and the ELT pipeline using Databricks, integration of Spark and on Dataproc and BigQuery, right? And I said Spark is a very high speed processing execution model. At a very high rate of speed, it is going to process the data. Yes. So for big data and processing, and for PySpark processing, I said we got Databricks. One second. Integration of Spark and Dataproc and BigQuery, right? Dataflow, Apache Beam development, and Cloud PubVar Sub, Google Cloud Composer for data pipelines and orchestrations, Data Fusion, Cloud Functions, Terraform, data pipelines using dbt, Airflow, and BigQuery, machine learning in GCP, security mounting and governance, real-world GCP data engineering scenarios, project flow. I said you'll be discussing about 2 project flows. All right. And the offerings from my side. So those who didn't get enrolled, right, try to get enrolled for getting the videos, notes, and getting added to the WhatsApp group. You'll be getting a WhatsApp. See, today by evening you will be getting a WhatsApp group link to your mail. Just take that link and get added to the WhatsApp. So each and every live session videos you'll be getting soft copy of notes, assignments, and tasks to work with. WhatsApp group as I said, interactive and hands-on sessions, interview questions, 200. And I said this is from my side, from DurgaSoft Unix Linux and Shell scripting by Mr. Durga, 120 videos, MySQL like 35 videos, and basic Python videos of 30. So you can just go through the videos of this Python Unix videos, Linux basic commands, Python basic videos, and MySQL. By next week, you can just go through these videos, right? The prerequisites for this course. And anyhow, I'll take very fast. I'll be giving you the syntaxes of this Python before we go with the actual things. So next week we'll be having some bigger session like 4 p.m. to 6:30. I'll be taking a session. So in that I'll be just the more and more on this environment setup and the basics of this GCP. So Saturday and Sunday I'll be taking some bigger sessions 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. actually. Next week I'll be taking 4 p.m. to 6:30, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. In the middle we'll have just 10 minutes of break. Okay. Any queries, right? You got? So from next week we'll be starting with the things. So meanwhile you can just go with the prerequisites, Python and MySQL and this Unix and Linux, right? So get enrolled, everyone try to get enrolled for getting these videos and videos access, notes, and also getting to add it to the also. Someone was asking a query, right?
Yeah, sir, those who already like enrolled, they can get these videos and all
Yes,
Unix. Okay.
yes. I've given one
Okay.
number in that. I've given a number in the chart, right? You can
Okay.
just,
Okay.
after the session also, I'll once intimate those who are already enrolled. Immediately, you already got, once you check your Google Drive shared with me option.
I didn't get till now. It's been 1 week.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're not got, you can call on this number, right?
Okay.
You can
Okay,
just
sir.
call on this number. Okay, fine. You
Sir,
got
is there any
And
admin person, sir, to connect for this?
yes, you can see that the contact number I've given, you can contact that number.
Okay, sir.
720-721-2427. So if the number, if you are getting busy, you can message or you can mail. They'll definitely respond to it. Okay.
and sir, can we deploy the Django projects in the GCP live? Is this possible using GCP
Yes. So I
instead
said
of
probably,
Azure?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
I said web apps, I said that web apps, analytics, everything you can do it.
Okay. Okay. So just so like a quick demo, like whenever you want,
Yes.
we will create like Django projects or something, and we need to deploy this on the GCP live. That's it.
Okay. Later I'll show you.
Yeah. Thanks, sir.
Fine. So just to keep working on these things, right? The prerequisites, by next week, we'll be starting with the actual things, right?
Hello, sir.
So
Actually,
all the sessions will be interactive sessions and hands-on sessions. Even if you want to do the practicals parallel, you can do it. If any errors, you can share the screens, right? Yes. Yeah. Someone
Sir,
asking
the
a
GCP account creation, all you'll tell us, right? Or you want us to create
yes.
it?
No. I will say you step by step how we do it.
sir, I have a little bit doubt regarding GCP data engineering. Like, as I already texted you in a chat as well, that don't you think that GCP has very less job openings compared to AWS and Azure? Means lots of people have shared the similar voice with me on a LinkedIn as well. Means it's quite difficult to get interview calls or get a uh, much interview calls compared to AWS or Azure.
Not like that. GCP, currently it's growing very fast, right? Previously, if you can see like first initially, if you talk like in 2019, 20, 21, AWS data engineering was mostly more only one which was used. You are getting only AWS data engineering in 2018, 19, 20 in that time. Later, Azure data engineering. Now Azure data engineering and GCP both mostly used. See, currently even we are running the batches, we are running the training sessions on Azure and GCP only, not on AWS, as people are not at all asking on this AWS data engineering. Most of this, even if you see the job opportunities on GCP and Azure data engineering. So we are running batches on this both Azure data engineering and GCP data engineering. So even
Yeah,
demand
I
for
agree. There are jobs
calls
available
are
in Azure,
mm,
but it's a bit difficult, I guess. Means I'm since a lot of months I was learning about BigQuery and all those things.
mm.
But I find that it's a bit difficult to get interview call schedule for GCP compared to Azure. So what will you suggest? And also, I have experienced that lots of job description requires minimum 3 or 4 years of experience. So how we can tackle that situation?
No, no, even not like that. GCP data engineering, you can check it, right? You have got a lot of interview calls, but it is a trending even as compared to Azure also, right? GCP, there are more calls. And even I'm taking a lot of batches in Azure data engineering and GCP data engineering as students mostly most of the students that keep on asking for this GCP data engineering batches. Even the
Sir, that
students
is true.
as a,
Sir,
as
that is true, sir. That is true, sir. Here we have so many people migrated from Azure and AWS to GCP, sir, because of the cost factor.
even if you see in this session, right, there are many people who are working on GCP. Many people who are working on GCP, right? Many people in this nearly like I can see 5 to 6 people they are working. You can say yes. The others who are working on GCP once try to say yes in the chat, right? They are already working in GCP, right? Yes, you can see that. Right? You can see that chart, right? They are saying yes, yes in the chart. Not like that.
Yeah,
GCP
people are working, but
people are working on
Yes, sir.
GCP.
But from
People are
few months,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Not only I agree with that. Not only yes for GCP for all the technologies. Okay, from last from 1 year the calls are little less. Not only for GCP for all the other technologies also it has less. But as compared, GCP has got great boom, right? Many people they're
okay.
working on cloud side, that too in GCP side.
And are we going to cover project
Then
as well? And
yes, yes, yes.
will it be a real-time project? Because if we have to show experience of minimum of 3 years experience required in lots of scenario, so can we
Yes,
justify that experience on the basis of that project?
yes, yes. You can see once you can see that course content and also that in depth will be briefing you about that project flow. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't gone through the course curriculum, but I was just asking from your end, means are you going to take those project as just a dummy project, or it will be on a real-time scenario project?
Real
Uh,
time scenario. We are not creating any kind of web applications right here for a dummy project. So we'll be seeing to the entire project flow in brief, in depth. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Any
so
other?
we will able to justify 3 years of experience on the basis of that project. Means, are we going to get that much depth or
A
knowledge about
typical
the project?
a typical 4+ years of experience, how much knowledge, that much knowledge you are going to gain from this. So that's why it's like I'm spending like around 12 weekends, 12 plus weekends I'll be spending for this, around 3 months, more than 3 months, right? So I'll be taking some bigger sessions. I'll be planning. Some will be some 3 hour sessions will be there. Some 3.5 hour sessions will be there. Whenever required, we'll be taking sessions. Yeah, fine. And that
Okay,
too, you can see, you can see that it is advanced. We'll be discussing some concepts. We'll be talking some advanced topics. We'll be discussing here. Yes, 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 Chandrasekhar. Yes, healthcare. Okay, fine. So from next week, as I said, we'll be having some bigger sessions. Everyone try to attend the sessions regularly. Try to do the practicals regularly. Even you can do it parallelly along with me. Fine.
so next week we will start from BigQuery or something else.
First, next week, totally, I'll be just going with the environment setup, getting the subscriptions and other things, right? We'll be, so you can see the same order,
Okay.
which you can see that course content in which order, that order I'll be going. First, I'll go with GCS, setting up data lake using GCS, and starting with GCP and getting the credits and billing and Cloud Shell, and getting a new Google account using non-Gmail ID and using Google account, right? Signing up to GCP. And I'll go with GCS followed by Cloud SQL. Next, I'll go with that BigQuery and Databricks. Okay, fine. Any other queries you got, anyone? Right. So just to go through this, people who are new to this, who doesn't have this programming like Python, you can just go through. Anyhow, I'll just show you the syntaxes of all in just 1 or 2 sessions. It's not like complex language like Java, very simple and user friendly. So Balaji, right? No morning batches available. This is no morning batch as of now. No morning batch as of now, right? So as
Vijay
most
sir, are you still working as a
see,
GCP data engineer in an organization?
pardon?
I said, are you
Uh,
still
uh,
working as a GCP
No, no, I
data
am
engineer?
now I'm into full-time trainings.
Okay, so you were a GCP data engineer earlier, right?
So I was working on the Spark. I was working as a Spark, PySpark. I was working in PySpark, right?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Fine. Okay, you can just go through this basics of this before we go with the sessions. Fine. So if I am done with the queries, if there are no other queries, I will sign off for now. Meet you next Saturday at same time at 4 o'clock. But next Saturday, whatever link you are going to get, that link will be followed up to the end of the course. The same link and the same timing, and we'll be going with the things, right? Everything will be practical, nothing theoretical here, right? Okay. And thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you next Saturday.